here we are, and we're going to have a lesson, last of my transformation series, and we're going to be looking at some rotations. We're going to be doing some rotating, which means turning. We're going to be doing some turning. So we're either going to be turning clockwise, and if we think of a clock, so if I draw a little clock here, and we have 12 at the top and 6 at the bottom, clocks go this way round, so that would be clockwise. If we're going anti-clockwise, we're going against clockwise, which means the opposite direction, and we're going to be going anti-clockwise, which is that way. So we're going to be rotating. And if you think a clock is rotating around a little dot in the middle, so our hands are rotating around a point, and that point is going to become very important to us, the point at which things rotate around. So here I have a picture of some people doing a scootathlon, and we're going to do a bit of rotation of this picture. So I'm going to put a point right, let's put a big white blob right in the middle of that picture, and that's going to be our point that we're going to rotate this picture around. So I'm going to rotate this picture clockwise, so I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Now 90 degrees, as we know, is a right angle. So that's not a very good right angle, that's better, a right angle there. So that means it's going to do a quarter turn, because that's a quarter, that's a half, that's 3/4, and then it's full. So a quarter, a half, 3/4, full turn. And so 90 degrees is like a quarter turn. So I'm going to take my picture and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. So there you go, the picture has been rotated 90 degrees, it's been turned at 90 degrees. So let's take it back to our starting point, and this time we're going to rotate it 180 degrees, and 180 degrees is a straight line. So 180 degrees goes 90 degrees, then another 90 degrees. So I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees, it's going to turn it all the way around. So let's rotate it, so that's 90, that's 180. So now we've rotated our picture 180 degrees, and our picture is now upside down. If we were to rotate it another 90 degrees, we'd go to 270. So 270 degrees would be there, going clockwise. And then a whole 300, so that was, let's have a little work on that, so that was 270 degrees, and then all the way round, as I'm sure you know, is 360 degrees. You're doing a 360. So let's get it, and we've done 360 degree turn, gone all the way around. Let's do another one. 90, 180, 270, 360 degrees. And of course we can go the other way. So you're actually seeing it rotate now. So we've gone 90 degrees, and this time we've gone anti-clockwise. So let's do 180 degrees, going anti-clockwise. You can see it actually turning 270 degrees anti-clockwise, and 360 degrees. Now, if we have our point in a different place, so let's say we have a point down in the corner, we're going to rotate it around that point. That becomes slightly different, because you've got to imagine there's a pin sticking into it here, and that pin won't move, but the picture will move around it. It won't work perfectly with this picture, because what I have to do is rotate it, so that's 90 degrees, and then I'm going to move it so that that same corner is in the position that it was before. So that corner is always there. So if I go back, it's in that corner, you can see it, I'll just do it purple, so it's there. And when I rotate the picture 90 degrees and move it into position, that same corner is in there. So now I'm going to do it 180. So rotate it another 180, and that same corner is there, and 270, same corner, you can see we're losing some of the picture off the bottom, and then a full 360, we're back where we started. Let's see if we can rotate this shape around point A. So point A, and we're going to rotate it anti-clockwise. So going against the direction the clock would go. So I've got to imagine that there's that point there is point A is where there's a pin sticking into my shape, and I'm going to move it around in this direction. So this line here will end up moving to it's 3, 3, so it's going to move along into that point there. So it becomes those 3 there. So that's now my base. So let's take those bits out and draw the new shape where we know it's going to go. So it's there. Now, so that was that shape part of it we've done. This part will become the top and will be going along. Imagine it's gone over to here. So that is 3 long, so we go 1, 2, 3. Now this part here will be sticking up in that direction. Then we go 2, and I'm just counting, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can link up, and you can see my shape has now done a 90-degree turn, and A hasn't moved. So if I want to keep that going and do it to 180, I just take it in the same mode as before, in that this part will then do that move there, so that's now there, so that's 3. This part will go around to here, so that's now 3, and then it went 2 out to the side, 2 down, all the way along and down. So I've now rotated that 180 degrees around point A. Okay, if I have, let's say, I'm going to do this one clockwise, and I'm going to choose a point. Let's choose this point here, so that's going to be our point A. So this part here will move on to there. Now this part there has gone all the way across, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and off the page. And this part is now here. Then we're on to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Along and up. So you can see how things can change depending on what point you're rotating around. So let's take it a full 180. So that was this part rotating again. And then along the bottom, what did we say? 1, 2, 3. We said 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 up, 2 in. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can link up our shape, and you can see we've rotated that 180 degrees around that point. You can, if we have, say, a rectangle, then we have a rectangle, and we're rotating about a point in the middle. So we would then have to count out from there for rotating it, say 90 degrees clockwise again. This line here will move over. This line here will move over to the side. So it's only 1, 2 away. So if I go 1, 2 away here, that is now becomes that line. So the centre of it is there, and it's 1, 2, 3 in that direction, which will be up now. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 down, and then along the bottom is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can see I've rotated that shape around 180 degrees to bring it back onto itself, because if it goes around again it'll end up being back onto itself, even though it's only gone 180 degrees, it's spun all the way around. So, a little short introduction to that. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Come back soon.